5 by the hangar when the Japanese airplane came in and scraped the wheel, hitting Kite and instantly killing him. The Kite lost his life on the planet December 7th, making him actually the first civilian. Now, a couple of acts. There you go. Great book at the Fleet Final 2. It's beautiful little airplane. It's got so much in
Hold on to you're ready to go and you go.
There's another one. There's actually 3 cargo planes.
I just learned that.
There's another.
I don't know much about World War I airplanes.
47 and 46. That would be fun to go through.
2 more coming. Got 2 coming from the right.
Oh! Look at it. They're dropping.
Enemy air raid, Pearl Harbor, yesterday 7:55 a.m., December 7th, 1941. Imagine you were there that fateful morning. Launches the first wave of 189 fighters and bombers from Japan's first air fleet, led by Captain Fuji. But unprovoked, surprise attack was so complete that the target success signal, Tora, 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 was sent back to the carrier task force before the first launch. A single remote radar station had spotted the incoming raiders, but mistook them for a flight of B-17s due in from the mainland. The B-17s arrived, and like America herself, found themselves in a war that had not yet been declared. The attack was from the Japanese aircraft carrier, Akagi, Akaga, Hiru, Soru, and the tuna carriers, the Shotoku and the Suikoku. The plan was simple: destroy the Pacific Fleet. The raid lasted for a little over 2 hours and cruise an hour. Yes, you have a front row seat in the Pacific Theater as the story of the attack on Pearl Harbor unfolds in front of you. When the first bombs began to fall, pilots all over the island jumped into action. At Wheeler Field, Lieutenant Philip Rasmussen woke to the sound of bombs, jumping out of bed, strapping on a 45 and ran to a working Curtiss B-36 Hawk. The Japanese Zeros and Bells bombed the exposed airplanes. Most of them were on fire or destroyed, except for a couple of P-36 Hawks. Rasmussen was joined by 4 more P-36 Hawks. Pilots Louis Sanders, Gary Brown, Gordon Sterling, and Malcolm Mike Moore. They took off to engage the attacking Japanese and managed to shoot down a few of their Zeros, Bells, and Capes. The enemy number of aircraft were incredibly overwhelming. If you look left, you'll see our P-36 taken down to 0. Meanwhile, elsewhere on island, from an all-night dinner dance and supper party. These brave pilots, still in their formal dress clothes, raced to a couple of P-40 Warhawks and got them fueled and armed and took off. They quickly found themselves in the middle of a real battle. These pilots caught up with the Japanese close to Pearl Harbor and Hickory Field and engaged the Zeros, Bells, and Capes with rounds from their 20-caliber machine guns. However, they quickly ran out of ammunition. Luckily, they were able to land at Wheeler Field, which is near the center of the island. They refueled and reloaded with 30 and 50 caliber ammo and took off once again to fight the Japanese. The 2 pilots are credited with downing a total of 6 Japanese warplanes before their own planes were disabled. Both pilots received a distinguished service cross for their actions that is to this day. Over 502 U.S. planes were on the ground at the beginning of the attack. Sadly, 188 were totally destroyed. 159 damaged, and just 155 of our aircraft lay on the ground in various stages of disrepair. The first wave of 189 Japanese Zeros, Bells, and Capes hammered Hawaii for almost an hour. Then came the second wave of an additional 171 aircraft to continue the strafing, bombing, and dropping of torpedoes for yet another 70 minutes. Yes, a total of 316 warplane. As the attack proceeded up Pearl Harbor and Hickam Field, the devastation was horrifying. On the eastern edge of Fort Island, in the center of the harbor, 9 battlefields the California, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Tennessee, Maryland, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Utah, and the Arizona. Luckily at the time, our 3 Pacific aircraft carriers were out at sea. First, the Japanese hit with K torpedo bombers and high-speed the next wave of tanks hit 5 of our battleships, the Oklahoma, California, Nevada, West Virginia, and the Utah. These tanks were specially equipped with shallow running torpedoes, specifically designed for the attack on Pearl Harbor. You see, the shallow waters in Pearl Harbor would not allow the use of normal deep running torpedoes, which leaves no question that this was a well thought out plan and not a surprise attack. Then came the Bow dive bombers, armed with 17,000 pounds of armored Western projectiles, which remained with 16-inch battleship guns, but were converted to aerial bombs. These planes dived down onto the Nevada and the Arizona. Anti-aircraft fire veered the bows away from the Nevada on the first day, but unfortunately, the Arizona was not that lucky. A bomb from the torpedo bomber stabbed the Arizona through her forward magazine and exploded, torching off more than 1 million pounds of gunpowder. Sailors on the Nevada watched in horror as the Arizona jumped 20 feet in the air and broke in two, forever entrapping 1,178 American servicemen. The ship sank and less than 3 minutes. And still today, she remains in a watery grave, crying black tears as a reminder for all of those who lost their lives that infamous day. At Marine Corps Air Station Ewa, Private First Class Melvin Thompson was on guard when 9 terrorists attacked the base. He stepped out of his guard shack, he threw his .45 caliber pistol, and began firing on the enemy plane. A Japanese pilot, Yoshio Shiga, saw Thompson firing back at them. Years later, Shiga remembered Thompson's tenacity and fighting spirit, describing the lone Marine as the bravest American I've ever seen. All over the island, soldiers were bringing their weapons to bear and fight. Anything they could get working. Their .45 caliber pistols or sometimes spring-filled rifles. In some cases, soldiers were able to get 40 and 50 caliber belt-fed machine guns into action, bringing down numerous marauding Japanese Zeros, Vals, and Capes. Meanwhile, at Bellows Airfield, on the northeastern coast of the island, more U.S. Army pilots were racing to their P-40s. Unfortunately, Japanese Zeros appeared at the same time and started tracing runs. One P-40 pilot was killed as he stepped into his cockpit. 2 other P-40s were shot down just as they got off the ground. The flight of 12 B-17s coming from the mainland finally arrived and are immediately attacked by the Zeros. Unfortunately, in all the confusion, the B-17s were shot at by friend and foe. Their private crews landed wherever they could, one of them in a pineapple field not far from Hickenfield. The pilot trying to land at what a hell of a way to enter a war. Out of gas, unarmed, and no place to land. Amazingly though, 8 of those B-17s actually made it to Hickenfield. You are there! 55 of our aircraft lay on the ground. 2 light battleships were destroyed, 3 light cruisers, and a total of 6 battleships damaged with our complacency. is our K310 with park around from Waukesha, Indiana.